Okay, B-Bay40 here again, and again we're talking about the latest and greatest Easter spring update with Zombie Rush, and doing another strategy video here for this time the Spaceship. I've set myself up here. I want to have my speed coil ready in case I need it, and going with my paint gun. Don't use the SMGs anymore because they really downgraded the SMGs. They don't have nearly the power or strength that they used to have just a couple weeks ago. So they're really not. I would certainly not recommend buying SMGs right now if you don't have them. They're just not worth it anymore. So when I played their test server, it was called Ignore This Server. This particular spot here on this wall was a pretty good one. The zombies, you can see how they're kind of jumping up on me right now. They didn't do that in the other test server, so they modified the game slightly from their test server. The way the zombies track the players and try to get us, they did some very slight modification. I noticed this in a couple other maps where the zombies actually can kind of detect you when you're up on a higher elevation than them. Whereas before they couldn't, they had a really hard time figuring out where you were. But so anyway, that location wasn't very good now for a strategy, but this one up here is still a good one, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. So what happens? The zombies get confused when you're sitting up here on this loft, this balcony or mezzanine deck, whatever you want to call it. And it's like a balcony in a opera theater. You're sitting up high looking down on the stage. But you can see how the zombies are just collecting over on that one side and on the other side. And it's like they're really confused. It's like the railing is hiding you from them. You see that glass railing around the platform there. They don't see you. But if you go off to the side, like I am right now, you watch the zombies end up coming around the edge of that railing. So you got to be careful not to go all the way to the edge like I am right here. Because if you do, you end up bringing the zombies in on you. Now there's 4 of these balconies here. Each one does have spawns. 2 or 3 spawns within that balcony. Now I'm going to show you. You want to stay down below the railing. You don't want to get on top of the railing. Watch what happens when I get on top of the railing. All the zombies start gathering underneath me and they all start attacking me. They start jumping up and just making life a little difficult. So you want to stay down off that railing and just kind of hide behind it. Use it as a kind of a shield to hide you. And you can see now the zombies are back to being confused and not knowing where you are. And this seems to be the common theme for all these maps now, is if you can find a spot where they can't see you, not necessarily be high above them, but where they just simply can't see you, it really confuses them and throws them off. And you see that in the forest map, the forest 2.0, the one with the big trees, the ones that are laying on the ground. If you just go right into the green part of that tree, you will completely confuse them. They'll be lost. They will have no idea where you are. And you could just sit there and shoot them. You can just check out my other video on that. I already did a video on it. Now here, I found out that most of the guns, you hold it about, shoulder height or lower. And they're just too low to shoot over the railing. So what I'm doing is I'm switching to my staff. And if you got a staff, I highly recommend using it in this location if you happen to try this out. Because it gives you more height with your shots. The staff is high up above your head. And it helps you just shoot over the top of the railing. And as you can see, I can just sit there and take them all out now pretty easily. Now the other option is, as I was showing you a little bit earlier, is if you get too close to the railing, like you get right out on the railing, then the zombies will come around the back of the railing and come right at you and try to get you. But you can get close to the railing, enough to where your gun can kind of just stick through the glass. So if you don't have a staff, then you can use your other weapons that you might have, like maybe SMGs, and just kind of stick the tip of the barrel through the glass and shoot them that way. And also if you got a couple players and you're working together with another player on this, and you can each pick a side and concentrate on one side each, because the zombies come up both sides of each of these balconies. And they kind of just, you know, wander aimlessly off to the edge over there. As you can see, they're just kind of like confused. And you just have to keep an eye on the spawns that'll happen right behind you. And like I said, there's 4 of these balconies, 2 on each side, and each one has at least 2 spawns. I think I'm going to go from balcony to balcony and show you each one, each location, and you'll see where the spawns are while I'm there. You'll see how they pop out. So you get an idea of maybe figuring out which one you think would better suit you if you wanted to give this a try. I think I'll point it out. I think it's one on the other side. The last one I go to is, I think, the best location. The spawns, there's only a couple. There's one that's kind of close and one that's at the very end of the balcony over by the side wall. So it's not too bad to be able to watch those spawns. And you see I'm going closer and closer and closer to this railing on the side, and you see how the zombies are getting closer and closer to coming around that railing and getting me. That's why I say you want to try to stay as far away from that railing as you can to keep the zombies from coming around like they are right now and getting you. You want to keep them off to the side, you know, in a confused little bunch over there where they're easy pickings. So, and like I said, if you don't have the staff where you can shoot over the railing and you have some other guns, just, you know, just try to stay as far away from the railing as you can. Just try to get it to where the tips of your barrel are just touching the railing and you can shoot through it. And that way you have the zombies coming around it after you. So I'm running over to the other side now and I'll show you these other 2 balconies and what it's like to be on these. And they're all pretty much the same. I mean, like I said, they all have a spawn that's close to the end and a spawn that's out by the side of the ship. So if you do this strategy, I recommend at least 2 players, if not more, so that you can not only kill the zombies off to the side like I am right now, but that you can also cover the spawns that are close to you. Let's see, you'll see them pop up here. I think I showed enough footage of each balcony so you can see where the spawns are. And they'll pop out here at some time. So, but yeah, as you can see, this is just what they've done with the tracking of the zombies is really messed up, and they really screwed up the game with this. So there's a zombie that popped out by the end of the side of the ship, way at the end of the balcony there. And there's another one that'll kind of pop up right behind me, very close to me, on this location here. But yeah, I mean, this is a shame. I mean, the game was really a lot of fun. It was a good game before, but now it's just it's a joke. Literally, I think it's just pathetic what they've done to the game. And I don't understand it. I mean, it's like they knew that a lot of the players like to camp, we like to hide behind walls, and you know how the zombies they used to come at you in a straight line. And they would get trapped behind a wall, and you could just shoot through the wall and kill them. So I guess they didn't like that very much. So here they're trying some other new method of tracking for the zombies, to where they supposed to go around walls and up and down stairwells and try to get you that way. So the old wall shooting strategy simply doesn't work anymore, because the zombies, they won't get trapped behind the walls anymore. They just go around the wall. But in the process of doing that, they ended up using some kind of tracking system that just is very easy to fool, very easy to trick. And you see, this spot here is not a good spot. As you saw, there was 2 spawns very close to where I'm standing. So this is not the best balcony to be on. That last one I was just on over there to the right there might be the best one. It was a good location. And I think the very first one I was in too, when I first came down here. And you see, again, I'm just demonstrating, if you get on that railing, you become visible to the zombies. So you want to stay behind the railing. You don't want to get on top of it. You don't want to make yourself visible to them. You want to stay hidden. And the railing all around is pretty much blocking, in a sense, it's blocking their sight of you. They can't see you because you're hidden behind that railing. And it confuses them. They just don't know what to do. They go up to the end, they make it up to the top, and they're like, what do we do now? We don't see him. Where is he? So, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why they did this. Well, I guess my theory I just mentioned, that maybe they wanted to try to eliminate campers at high walls and do wall shooting. So I added a little extension to this video because I wanted to demonstrate what it was like to have more than one player. So I brought my good friend Ven into the game here with me, and I'm showing you how two people can work together. You can each take a side, and you can see she's right up close to the railing, just enough to where she can shoot. She's got the tips of her barrels of their SMGs into the glass there, so she can shoot through the glass and get the zombies on the side over there. But again, just remember you have to stay below the railing, stay behind it, and don't get any closer to the railing than you need to be. You want to get just the tips of your barrels on the glass so you can shoot through it. And this is just, I mean, you could, I mean, probably, we didn't take this very far because I just want to do a little demo here. But another time I'll see if we can get in here together and see just how far we can take this in a game. See what way we can make it up to working as a team. And probably I'll try to invite some other friends in too and see if we can get a good group going and see if we can do this, you know, get pretty high up in waves. But I think it has a lot of potential, considering the only thing you got to worry about is just the spawns that are close by. And as long as you can keep an eye on those and keep them under control, you can go a long way. So anyway, I hope you liked the video, and if you do, please give a thumbs up, share it with friends, pass this along to your fellow Zombie Rush players, so you guys know a good strategy for the next time you get into the spaceship. And thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll have another video up soon. I think the next one I'm going to do the farm and catacombs and cemetery and depot. So there's some good strategies for all those too. You'll be seeing pretty soon. Alright, till next time, take care. Bye.